If you want to learn high-level English, this is the place. If you want to understand high-level natural English, this is the place. My name's Ronan, and today we are going to have a look at different idioms in English. Can you think of something that is a bitch to do? A bitch to do. There is a vulgar idiom. What is something that you are a devil for? A devil for. If you have a problem with a person, what can you say to see if you actually do have a problem or not? Like, can you think about the last time you had an argument with someone? You meet them a little bit later. What can you say just to clarify that you two are not still arguing and that you're friends again? And are you like me, where you tend to leave things to the last minute? And if so, why? Why do you leave things to the last minute? So in this video, we're going to learn a whole bunch of different idioms, advanced English only. Grab yourself a pen and paper. Get ready to listen to a whole video talking about different idioms in English. Here we go.
One paycheck, and then before the next paycheck arrives, you've already spent all the money from the first one. Hence, paycheck to paycheck. And that means that if you get sick, you're screwed. Living paycheck to paycheck is not nice. I hate living paycheck to paycheck. So, if you live paycheck to paycheck, what are some tips for saving money?
Ni hao from the wall, the Great Wall of China. Here are some idioms with the word wall. One, to hit the wall means you're exhausted. Number two, balls to the wall, which means like with great intensity or to do something like extreme. It was balls to the wall yesterday. Here are two idioms with the word wall because I'm on the Great Wall of China. Number one, to hit the wall, to be extremely tired, to be out of energy completely. And number two, balls to the wall, which means to do something extreme, to give it your all, to give it 100%. This place is amazing. It's not great, it's amazing.
You know that voice in your head that tells you not to do something, like not exercise, not train, not do something fun? That voice is called your inner bitch. And your inner bitch is a vile thing. Your inner bitch encourages you not to work out, not to exercise, not to do something good for you. Your inner bitch encourages you to eat pizza and all that crap junk food bullshit. But right now I'm at the pool about to go in and do a workout despite my inner bitch's best efforts. So despite my inner bitch, I'm gonna fucking swim today. I'm gonna shut that inner bitch up. I hope you also shut your inner bitch up and get some good shit done today. Let's fucking go.
Some ways to describe a person who does not like spending money. They're tight-fisted. He's a tight ass. He's stingy. She's a bit of a miser. A cheapskate. Like he is a cheapskate. She's a cheapskate. Cheap. Yeah, that's good enough for today.
Man, I can't see shit right now. I can't see shit because that sun is blinding. It's very dark. I can't see shit. Where's the flashlight? Where's the torch? If you cannot see shit, you can't see anything. Before I got LASIK surgery on my eyes, I couldn't see shit without my glasses. Now there's not a problem. Now I can see all the shit. So,
If you can't see shit, you can't see anything. Why? Well, right now, because the sun is in my eyes and the sun is blinding. That's better. Or if someone gets a flashlight and they put it in your eyes, you can't see shit. You can't see shit. I can't see shit. I couldn't see shit yesterday. You're welcome. Did you see that? That kid just fell over and it was hilarious. He just tumbled right over like a set of bricks. Hi, my name's Ronan and I get a kick out of two things. Number one, drinking beer. And number two, watching people fall over. If you get a kick out of something, it makes you laugh. You enjoy it. You might get a kick out of going to the movies. You might get a kick out of watching a comedy show on TV. But me, I get my kick out of watching other people suck at things. So, I want to know, what do you get a kick out of? I get a kick out of watching people fall. Let me know in the comments, what do you get a kick out of? My brain is fried. My brain is fried. Not literally. It just means you're very tired. It just means you've been using your brain for the last couple of hours and now you've hit the wall. You can't take in any more knowledge. You need to rest. You need to sleep. If you want to use it in the past tense, yesterday after school, my brain was fried. I had to go home, sit down, and do nothing for a few hours. So, my brain is fried. So now, I'm going to go to bed, and I'm going to chill out, and I'm going to recover. And tomorrow, it will be fried again. My brain is fried. Expression for tired.
Good morning. My favorite part of the day is the morning. My favorite part of the day is when I wake up and have that first coffee. My favorite part of the day is the morning, because it's quiet and I'm usually the only person awake. So I have the entire place to myself to enjoy my coffee and to relax. That's my favorite part of the day. What about you? Let me know in the comments.
We often use good as a way to confirm there are no grudges with a person. If you are good with someone, you have a nice relationship, you're not arguing with someone. If you're not good with someone, you got a problem with that person. For example, maybe you and someone else were arguing for quite some time. You were bickering back and forth. It's been going on a while. You might say, "Hey Ronan, are we good or do we need to clear the air?" Hey Ronan, are we good? If someone says to you, "Are we good?" they want to know that you have a good relationship. They want to know that you can at least be civil with each other. To be civil with a person is a beautiful phrase, and that one means that you're not best friends by any means, but you're certainly not enemies. You're able to be in the same room as each other, but you're not going to be shaking hands or dancing with that person. So if you're civil with someone, you're good with someone. But if you're not civil with a person, you're arguing with them, you're causing issues, you're not good with that person. After we shouted at each other, we were good. You know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes you're so pissed off with someone, the only way to make sure the air is clear is to argue with them and to shout at them. Maybe even get into a bit of fisticuffs with a person. But afterwards, you should be good. So, how do you use it? Hey Ronan, are we good? Or do you still want to talk about it? Look, can you two be good for the weekend? Can you two confirm you're not going to argue this weekend? So, use we are good, are you good, are we good to confirm there are no grudges or hostility with a person or between people.
Finally! We finally got snow. Take a look around, folks. The snow is falling, and it has been for about 10 hours now. My car was covered in snow this morning. I had to put the chains on because we finally got snow. It is December. Usually we have snow in November. So we use finally as a way to say something has happened when it should have happened ages ago. Finally we have snow. We finally have snow. Yay. What's happening, folks? So, earlier in the week I posted a video about the word finally. And here's another example. I finally picked up my degree from university. So, I graduated in September 2021. Beautiful, fancy degree there. I did not go to my graduation. I didn't really care for it. And I didn't pick up my actual certificate of completion. I didn't pick up my degree. So I actually had no proof that I actually did it. So now it is 2 years later. And I finally picked up my degree. I finally collected my degree. Why did I leave it so long? Honestly, I don't know. I was never really too pushed to pick it up, you know? Like, I didn't see a point in doing it, and I don't even know why I have it now or why I came all the way out here to pick it up, but I figured, you know, I've waited long enough, so I may as well go get it. Not that I actually need it for anything at all. So, anyways, my name is Ronan, and my degree was ready for collection in September 2021. It is now December 2023, so I finally collected my university master's degree. Yeah, that bit of paper. This bit of paper is responsible for a lot of money being withdrawn from my bank account, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of stress and anxiety. And I finally picked it up. Maybe that's why I didn't pick it up. Maybe I didn't pick it up because subconsciously I hated it. Who knows? Anyways, that is another example of the beautiful word, finally. Finally have snow in downtown Kelowna.
Good morning, you beautiful English learners. This is a very quick YouTube video, maybe podcast, all about this super easy and useful English idiomatic expression, a rat's ass. Now take a look at these questions here. Question number 1. Are you interested in sports? Politics, excuse me. Question number 2. Are you interested in sports? Question number 3. What is something you've absolutely zero interest in? And question number 4. When? When is the last time you were talking to someone and you did not care one little bit about anything that person was saying? Can you answer those questions? Well, let me tell you a little something about me. My name is Ronan, and I could not give a rat's ass about soccer. Yeah, you heard me. Soccer. You know that really stupid sport where there's 11 people on each team and they kick a ball on the ground and they fall on the ground and they pretend to be hurt. Yeah, I do not give a rat's ass about that sport. I am not even joking. If Ireland or Canada were in the World Cup soccer final, I probably wouldn't even watch it. I could not give a rat's ass about soccer. What about you? Do you give a rat's ass about politics? I have a couple of friends and they do not give a rat's ass about politics at all. They have no interest in politics, and that's absolutely fine. I have no problem with that. Me personally, I do give a rat's ass about politics. I do care about politics. I try to vote. I do vote, for instance, and I try to get my voice heard. And the one thing that irks me is the people who don't vote. They're the ones that complain the freaking most, and I just don't understand it. On the one hand, you say you don't give a rat's ass about politics, and on the other hand, you start complaining when things don't go your way. Well, get off the fence and vote. That's my opinion. So, I do give a rat's ass about politics, and I do not give a rat's ass about soccer because it is terrible, boring, and just bad. That's all I can think of it right now. So what exactly does it mean, a rat's ass? Well, quite simply, it is a beautiful, very, very, very useful idiomatic expression, which basically means you don't give a shit. It basically means you don't care about something. You don't give a hoot. Now that is a beautiful Canadian expression. I learnt that in Canada, to give a hoot about something. And if you don't give a hoot about something, you don't care about something. It's a very not informal, not formal, semi-formal, but it's one of those expressions you could use at work. Because if you look at the screen right now, or if you're just listening, you know you probably can't go to work and say, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I don't give a flying fuck. That's an interesting one. I don't give a flying fuck. That is very Irish, I think. I haven't really heard it over here, but if I said it, I guarantee you the Canadians would understand it. It's not that I don't give a fuck. I don't give a flying fuck, which would be like the next stage of not caring. You could also say, I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less about soccer. I couldn't care less about politics, for instance. So, using any of those phrases, are you able to answer the questions that we just looked at? Are you interested in sports? Well, to be honest, I don't give a fuck about sports. Are you interested in politics? Well, my name is Ronan, and honestly, I couldn't care less about politics. I do not give a flying fuck about politics. So some beautiful, vulgar English right there for you. Take a look at some of these examples with a rat's ass. Now, the very first one is quite relevant for, well, basically for myself and for quite a few people that I know. I don't give a rat's ass about birthdays. I don't want to make a fuss about my birthday. My friends don't want to make a fuss about their birthdays. And I am certainly not going to make a fuss about your birthday. I'm very, very sorry. Okay, I'll make a fuss about my wife's birthday. That's different. Because she does give a rat's ass about her birthday. But me, I really don't give a rat's ass about my birthday. I really have no problem if you don't message me, if you don't send me a card, if you don't send me a gift. I haven't received a gift from my siblings for my birthday in years. Does it bother me? Not a freaking chance. I'll be honest though, I do like to call them on my birthday or on their birthday. Maybe send a voice message just to let them know I'm thinking of them. But I don't give a rat's ass about my birthday, so I don't really organize anything for my birthday. I try to keep my birthday low key. That's a good one, low key. If you want a low-key birthday, that means you do not want to make a fuss. You do not want to have something crazy happening for your birthday. So, because I don't give a rat's ass about my birthday, I tend to keep it more low-key. I might go to the mountains, I might sit by the lake and smoke a joint, and that will do me just fine. In the second example, so, to correct all of you, nobody gives a rat's ass about your accent as long as they can understand you. Pronunciation is more important than accents. So relevant, folks. Absolutely relevant. Let's be honest. I think that too many people focus on wanting to sound British, American, Canadian, Australian, whatever it may be. Nobody actually wants to learn the Irish accent. I don't understand why, but they don't. Obviously, it irks me. But I'll be honest. Pronunciation is more important than your accent. And I always try to tell my students, don't care about your accent. Do not get bothered by your accent. I always tell them not to give a rat's ass about their accents because, to be honest, nobody cares. Nobody is paying attention to your accent as long as your pronunciation is clear. Alright, The next example, the critics can say whatever they want about my artwork, but honestly, I don't give a rat's ass. Honestly, I don't give a rat's ass about what they think. Now, the key information there is how we use about. In the first example on the screen, I say about. The critics can say what they want about my artwork, but honestly, I don't give a rat's ass about what they think. But in the other example, the critics can say what they want about my artwork, but honestly, I don't give a rat's ass. And that's it. That's the end of a sentence. So if the context is known, you don't need about. But if the context is not known, or if you really want to emphasize how much you don't care about something, you can use about. So someone might say, "Hey Ronan, it's your birthday next week." "Oh, I couldn't give a rat's ass." That's okay, because the context is known in the conversation. But if I really hate it, "Hey Ronan, it's your birthday next week." "Man, I couldn't give a rat's ass about my birthday." You know, it's optional. If the context is known, you don't have to say about. But if the context is not known, or if you really want to drive home the point that you don't like something or you don't care for something, you can say about. So, overall, folks, a rat's ass is a beautiful English language idiomatic expression, and it means you do not care about something or someone. I do not give a rat's ass about him. I do not give a rat's ass about her. We can use it in response to people. "Hey Ronan, the soccer game is on this weekend." "Ha, cool. I don't give a rat's ass about soccer because it's fucking shit." It can be used with about to explain the what we're talking about. "Oh man, you know, my name is Ronan. I don't really give a rat's ass about politics, but you damn right I'm going to complain if I don't like the result." And remember, this is a very, very, very vulgar term. Very vulgar. If you say it, people will probably get offended. So use it wisely, my friends. Here are the questions that we had at the very, very start. Are you interested in politics? Sports? What is something you don't give a rat's ass about at all? And when is the last time you were talking to someone and you really didn't care? Not one bit about what they were saying, and you just stood there. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. "Oh, is it cool? Yeah? Huh? Oh, wow." When's the last time you were talking to someone and you didn't give a rat's ass about what they were saying? Well, I think that is actually it. Ladies and gentlemen, dogs and cats, humans of the world, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. My name is Ronan. This is Little Seal English. Go pet a dog and jump in a lake. See you soon.
So folks, I almost gave myself a heart attack. I am the kind of person who unfortunately likes to leave things to the last minute, and I never seem to learn my lesson. For example, I have had this letter for, I would say, about a month and a half now, and it says I need to renew my car insurance. However, because I received the letter about a month ago, and it says car insurance expires on November 29th, I decided, you know what, I will leave this till later on. I will leave this till next week. Well, next week became the week after became the week after, and boom, today is November 28th. So I'm driving home, and suddenly I realize, shit, I might not have car insurance. I gave myself a heart attack. That is a beautiful phrase we use when we scare ourselves. So, due to my lack of attention, due to my inability to not leave things to the last minute, I nearly gave myself a heart attack because I thought I was driving without car insurance. To give yourself a heart attack, a beautiful English expression.
Good morning, you beautiful English learners. Today we're going to learn a very simple idiom, a devil for. If you're a devil for something, you have a very strong inclination to do something or to have something, like a really, really strong desire for something. My name is Ronan, and I'm an absolute devil for mint chocolate chip Haagen-Dazs ice cream. I love that. If we have some of that ice cream in the freezer, you bet I'm going to eat all of it. I could probably sit down and eat the entire tub of ice cream in one sitting. Why? Well, I have an addiction to ice cream, but also because I am a devil for Haagen-Dazs mint chocolate chip ice cream. That's the only one I like. That's the one I like the most. Not the only one I like. I'm not really a devil for the other flavors. The other flavors could easily be in my freezer for a week, a month, whatever, and that's okay. But if there is mint ice cream, Haagen-Dazs chocolate chip ice cream in my fridge or in my freezer, you bet I'm going to eat it because I'm a devil for it. So when you're a devil for something, you have a strong inclination for something, you really, really love something. And you know, maybe you're unable to help it as well. Oh, he's a devil for speeding. He never adheres to the rules of the road. Speeding is when you drive faster than the speed limit. Do you know someone that always or that loves to drive faster than the speed limit? I'm not asking if you agree or disagree with it. I'm just asking, do you know someone that does it? Because if someone you know consistently drives above the speed limit, if someone you know consistently, like every time they get in the car, they just have a need for speed, you could say, oh, there's Ronan. He is an absolute devil for speeding. So my name is Ronan. I'm a devil for Haagen-Dazs mint chocolate chip ice cream. It is delicious. I am not really a devil for the other flavors. You know, I can take them, I can leave them. It doesn't really bother me too much. What about you? What are you a devil for? What is something that you have a very strong inclination toward, or something that you really, really enjoy? It can be a behavior, it can be an activity, it can be something that you consume. A devil for. A devil for plus noun. Guys, that is a beautiful English idiom. If you really want to learn it, make it relevant to your life. Think about your family members. Think about your friends if you have any. If you don't have any friends, that's okay. Think about a TV character or a character from a book. What were they devils for? All right. I'm also a devil for coffee. And with that, I'm going to head on and drink some coffee. Bye for now. And they were good chains. They were nice. They definitely did the job. But they were kind of a bitch to put on. A bitch too. God, that's a beautiful phrase. I do like that phrase a lot. Now, what do I mean by a bitch too? Well, if something is a bitch to do, it is difficult to do. If something is a bitch to do, it is frustrating to do and you really do not enjoy doing it. Laundry is a bitch. I hate doing laundry. Laundry is a bitch to do, especially in the building where I live. The reason why laundry is a bitch to do in the building that I live, we have 2 washers, 2 dryers on the bottom floor. My wife and I live on the top floor. That means we need to go down 3 stairs, like 3 flights, to get to the laundry machine. Sometimes all the laundry machines are occupied or taken. Nothing you can do, you just have to wait. When a laundry machine is free, you get to put your clothes in, you do a wash, but then you have to go back down to move it from the washer to the dryer. And you know, there might be someone waiting to use it, so they might move your stuff for you, which, absolutely fair, you should have done it yourself. Sometimes I go down and it's on the final spin, but there's no timer. There's no timer on the laundry machine, and this is what irks me so much. This is what pisses me off so much. This is what makes laundry a bitch to do in my building. You don't know how long it's going to take. There's no telling. Is it on the final spin? Like, did it just start the final spin? Or is it at the end of the final spin? And that's why it's a bitch to do laundry in this building. Because maybe you go down and you see it's on the final spin. That could mean there's 10 seconds left, or it could mean there's 20 minutes left. I don't know. And it is the most frustrating thing in the world, because then you have the anxiety. Do I wait down here? Or do I go upstairs and come back down in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes? But if I don't come down in time, someone's going to move my laundry. And I just hate it. I absolutely hate doing laundry in this building. Laundry is a bitch to do in this building. I'm venting. I can feel my blood pumping when I think about or talk about laundry in my building. There was an incident once. I'm sure some of you know exactly what I'm going to talk about, but someone stole my laundry. That's another reason why my laundry is a bitch to do. And having shared laundry is an absolute bitch. Because someone literally took my clothes one time. That motherfucker. Oh yeah. Long story short, I went down to get my laundry. Wasn't there. Someone had taken it. I'm thinking, who the feck is going to take my clothes? They're huge. So then I go and I call my landlord. And I go back. And we're looking for the laundry. It's not there. It's not there. It's not there. It turns out one of the other tenants took the laundry, put it in the trunk of his car, drove around, came back, and then returned it. And honestly, no idea why. But if you go way back in my Instagram stories, you'll see it. So doing laundry is a bitch. Laundry is a bitch to do in my building because there's no timers. It's shared. Someone might take it. It's always busy. Sometimes people try to cut the queue. I really dislike when that happens. And even one time, actually, someone took my clothes out of the dryer when they were wet and put their clothes in. How dare they? How absolutely dare they do something like that? But that is the problem of having shared laundry. So, laundry is a bitch to do in my building because blah, 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 blah. Now, how do we get talking about that phrase, a bitch to do? Chains. Winter chains. Putting winter chains on your tires is also a bitch. It's also a bitch to do the chains because you have to get out of the car. You have to reach around the tires so you're on your knees. You're in the snow or the mud. It's going to be cold outside because you're up in the mountains and you got to connect them and then your hands start to get cold. And if you're anything like me, you're probably going to forget to bring your gloves. So your hands do get cold and they're in the snow, out of the snow. And then you got to tighten the chains. And sometimes I would have a bungee cord to make the chains extra tight so they're nice and snug on my tire. Now, once you have the chains securely fastened to the wheels of your car, you can drive in the snow no problem. And it does make a difference. The difference is night and day. Oh boy. I have tried to drive up that hill sometimes without chains and it is so nervous. It is so nerve-wracking. I'm always nervous. I'm terrified that I'm going to go into a ditch and get stuck or something. And now, every single time for the last year, I always stop, take some time, slap the chains on and up the hill. The first time I had the chains to put on, it probably took me, I'd say 30 minutes to get them on, and it was driving me mad. I was so pissed off. I was so angry. Now, with the experience, it genuinely takes like 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes a wheel now. So, just want to brag. I'm pretty good at putting chains on tires. But they were still a bitch to do because you had to get out of the car and you had to tighten them yourself and everything. So last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago now, I went to Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire is a popular, very popular store in Canada. It's nationwide, all over the country, provincial-wide, nationwide. It's in nearly every town that you go to in British Columbia at least. Every town I've been to has a Canadian Tire. Hardware store. Garden store. All of that jazz. And I got myself a new set of chains. And these are auto-tightening chains. Auto-tightening. Guys, the difference is amazing. It is insane. One of the reasons that we got these new auto-tightening chains, so it's kind of in the name, auto, automatic, it means that when I put the chains on, I flick a switch on them and they automatically get tighter on the wheel. And it cuts out so much work. But one of the big reasons we got those is because the old chains that we used a year ago, which are good and they absolutely do the job, they were a little too difficult for my wife to get on because it did require that you pull on a bungee cord. and that you hook it in at the same time. And getting them on is one thing, but then getting them off was another thing. So these new ones are absolutely perfect for her and obviously for me, because now doing the chains or putting the chains on the tire is not a bitch to do. It's not a bitch to do anymore. It's actually a joy to do. And I get that real satisfying feeling whenever I flick the switch and zoom, they tighten automatically. It is, guys, I can't get over how good they are. It was $195, $195 well spent. A well spent $195, let me tell you that.
I was just in stitches. I was laughing my socks off. What puts you in stitches? What makes you laugh your socks off? You're killing me. Stop, I'm gonna cry.
When I was driving home, I realized that, fuck, I might not be insured right now. And as a result, I realized I had left it to the last minute. So to leave something to the last minute, what does it mean exactly? Well, it means that you wait and wait and wait until the actual deadline before you do something. Now, if you're like me and you're not very organized at times, or you don't think ahead too often, you might leave things to the last minute. For example, it could be checking in for a flight. You might leave that to the last minute. And if you do, you are tempting fate. You are really looking for something bad to happen, because when you leave things to the last minute, as I said earlier, you're cutting it fine. As I said earlier, you're not leaving a lot of room for error. Like, I actually went into town to renew the car insurance, and the first 2 or 3 places I went to were all fucking closed. And that's when I started to get worried a little bit. That's when I was thinking, maybe I shouldn't have left this to the last minute. Maybe I should have done this sooner. But look, it is what it is. So, because I left renewing my car insurance to the last minute, I had a mini heart attack when driving home. Because I left renewing my car insurance to the last minute, I was cutting it extremely fine. Because I left renewing my car insurance to the very, very, very last minute, I gave myself needless anxiety and stress. Now the question is, am I going to learn from this? Fuck no, I'm not. I'm going to continue leaving stuff to the last minute, and I'm going to continue getting stressed, and I'm going to continue getting anxiety when the deadline approaches. Now, how can you actually use this idiom for yourself? Well, if you go back and listen, you'll hear me using the past perfect. I had left it to the last minute. Or I left it to the last minute. We generally use it like that. Oh man, if I had left it to the last minute, blah, blah, blah. Why did I leave it to the last minute again? We often use this idiom to give advice to someone. Look guys, whatever you do, do not leave it to the last minute. This is way too big a project to fuck up. Please do not leave this to the last minute. Get your essays done early. We often do use it we use it for deadlines, but we often use it in academia. So you may not know this, but believe it or not, I've been to college, I've been to university, and I got a master's. And I'll be honest, when I did the master's, I did put myself under needless pressure by leaving stuff to the last minute. That means that I was given a deadline of, say, December 15th. And this could have been in September. And I'm thinking, December 15th, that is months away. I have so much time to get this shit done. That is not going to be an issue at all. However, I said the same thing in October, I said the same thing in November, and then suddenly it is December 10th and I'm thinking, oh fuck, I have a deadline in 5 days and I haven't even started. I left my essay to the last minute, I left my project to the last minute, and now I'm here panicking. Are you the same as me? Are you the kind of person to leave things to the last minute? It could be packing for a vacation. That is the worst. I say that a lot. There's a lot of things that I classify as the worst. But let's be real, folks. If you're going on vacation and you leave packing to the last minute, you're likely to forget something. If you leave getting your medicine to the last minute, you might be screwed because the pharmacy could be closed. Similar to me today, having to go to 3 or 4 places before I could renew my car insurance. I'll be honest, at one point I was thinking I'm not going to get it done today and my wife is going to be pissed because I said I'd take care of it. I never said when I'd take care of it, I said I would take care of it, right? Anyways, long story short, to leave something to the last minute is when you wait until the deadline to do something. Do you know anybody that regularly, apart from me, leaves things to the last minute? Guys, thank you so much for actually watching. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Ronan. It's Little Seal English. Catch you soon, motherfuckers. Welcome back, my friends. That is a whole bunch of idioms just for you. So at the start of the video, I asked you some questions. What are you a devil for? What do you leave to the last minute? Why do you leave things to the last minute? Go back to the start. Are you able to answer those questions? If not, find the idiom in the video, watch it again. My name's Ronan. I often leave applications to the last minute and it causes me a lot of stress. My name's Ronan. I'm a devil for a lovely cannabis joint. My name's Ronan, and I couldn't give a rat's ass about what you or anybody else thinks. I couldn't give a rat's ass what people say about me because I probably say much worse to myself every single morning. And when? When is the last time you gave yourself a heart attack? Okay, folks, that's it for today. Please subscribe to the channel. Drop me a comment. I would love to get my view count up. I would love to get my subscriber count up. And if you have any requests, just let me know. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok. But please do not follow me in the street. That's creepy. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye for now.